Title blocks can be tricky and they're not something we edit all the time. So today we're going to go through how to do that. Let's get to it. All right, so I have my model open here and I'm on a sheet. So to edit this title block, you can do a couple things. One, you can go to edit type and you can change a little bit of information here, whether it's a cover sheet or not. Normally this isn't something you have to deal with because there's a drop down for if it's a cover sheet or not. But if something gets messed up, it's good to know that it's there. There's a few other items that you can add in here, whether you want a project image, you want a project location, index header, certification header, and so on. Those are going to be things that are mainly on the cover sheet. So if I go to the cover sheet here, you can see project image, location. Those are things here that if I go and edit the type, I can shut those off and they will disappear. Now, some of the other stuff's pretty self-explanatory. You can double-click into changing the number. You can also do that for changing the title values here, issue dates, and so on. Now, just like down below, for project name, you could just double-click in and change. Same with the client project number, and the project address. You all just enter that value in here. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. So with all of those instance-based parameters or these things where you double-click in, you can also alternatively come over here to the properties panel and you can just end up changing those things here. So either way, doesn't matter. They do the same thing. The preliminary not for construction, however, is going to be back under the global parameters, and it's going to be this box right here. You just uncheck that and then check something like the revision schedule. So if I do that, you get a whole nother thing that pops up here on your title block sheet. And this guy here is going to correlate with your revisions, which if you go under the view tab up here at the top, revisions are going to be over here in 2024. So you can click that and you can add your revisions as necessary. I've got another video on that. Go check it out. But the hardest part of editing a title block is up here, and that's going to be where the address for our project is located. So to do that, we're going to go to the Manage tab here, and we're going to click on Global Parameters. And once we click on Global Parameters, it pops up this dialog box, and I'll make this a little bit bigger here for you guys to see. Now this fancy code here is all backend. You guys don't have to worry about it. If you look in here, you'll be able to dissect it a little bit if you want to for fun. But what you guys need to focus on is these checkboxes here. These are going to be for each of our office locations: Arizona, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, Wisconsin. I've been everywhere, man, and other. So if we go through all of those, and they're not the state that you're working in, you're going to click the other checkbox, and you'll see that all of this up top grayed out. So I unchecked it, I check it again, it's grayed out. Now if I check something like Missouri, which is a little bit more stringent, it has all the information, and if I click on somewhere like where I live in Indiana, there's not much information. This is all dictated by the state, so we took away some of the hardship of you guys having to know those things. Still do your due diligence and double check it's on the architect to make sure that that's right. If, however, again, none of these are your states, you click Other, and you're able to enter the information in here, and the other phone, the other city, the other street, and the firm registration or certificate of authority. You can edit these all on command, and I'll just put in some nonsense here so you can see it, and I'll hit OK. And then when we come back to our title sheet, we're going to have everything updated. So there's all that nonsense, and it's updated perfectly. Now there's a few other buttons down here at the bottom. You can show preliminary stamp, record of documents, or revisions and schedules. Again, use those as needed. So that's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's bit of information. We'll see you in the next one.